If you're an online coach and you want an endless flow of leads, you've got to master marketing. And there's really two main components that make up marketing. I'm gonna break them both down in this video so you have a very clear pathway of how do I create content that attracts high quality people to me. So that's what we're gonna cover in today's video. Before we get into it, go ahead and smash the subscribe button. I create daily content just like this to help you grow and scale your online coaching business. All right, so let's jump in. So marketing coaches and business coaches tend to make marketing very complex. And my goal for this is to really simplify it down for you so that after you watch this video, you'll have a much clearer understanding of how can I create better content. And this is important because to grow your business, you need to create content that does bring people in. It builds trust and it helps people first. If you skip that section and just try to make sales, it's gonna be so much harder for you. In the first section of what I'm gonna cover, you probably already know this. The second part of this is gonna be a little bit outside the box, but I guarantee you, once you see how they both work together, it's gonna bring a lot more clarity into your marketing. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna use my iPad for this. So when it comes to marketing, the first component of this is really what you say. And this really is important when you're talking to people who don't know, like, and trust you already. This is what brings people in, okay? And that's why it's really important in your marketing and even with your offer of being super clear on who you help and the problem that you solve, right? So what you say, and this is creating content around problems. This is creating content around your ideal client's goals. And what's really important in this process is providing value, right? So providing value to help people achieve their goals and move away from their problems, right? Simple ways to do this is creating content on how to. Here's how to lose weight without sacrificing the foods you love. Here's how to eliminate knee pain without stopping your running routine, right? How-to content does a really good job in marketing to bring people to you, even for free trainings. So like if you guys look at my main lead magnet, it's how to get 10 clients a month to make an additional $10,000 a month. That is my free training, which is where I drive the majority of my traffic to grow my coaching business, is this. How-to content is really important, right? It works really well. And what you can do to make this stronger is you can add a how-to, insert what the goal is, with insert, this can be your unique way of getting results. So here's how to lose 20 pounds with intermittent fasting. Here's how to lose 10 pounds doing keto, right? Or whatever your unique mechanism is, you can insert in here. How to get more clients using Facebook ads, right? Now, that's one way of using this type of approach of marketing what you say. The second is doing the same thing where it's a how-to, insert what you do, and then it's without what people don't want to do. Here's how, and that was kind of the example I gave earlier, how to lose 20 pounds without giving up the foods you love. How to eliminate knee pain without stopping your running routine, right? That's the type of content that goes here. So this type of content of what you say really helps you bring in new people. So if you're running ads, right? Or trying to create like top of funnel content, which is gonna be like your Instagram reels, your content, this is the type of content that brings in the best new people because people are always looking for ways that they can achieve their goals and avoid their problems. So this is a big component of marketing. The majority of my marketing content is around this. Here's how to solve this problem, okay? Here's tips on how to solve this problem. I don't make it very complicated, right? So this is the first part. And like I said, this is what majority of people focus on in their marketing, providing value. And it's very important. But the second part is often the most overlooked, okay? Part two is not just about what you say, it's who you are. Okay? Who you are. This is the most important part and the most overlooked because you could be an expert, right? You could be an absolute expert and you know how to solve all these problems and you can just outline it perfectly for people. But it doesn't mean you're gonna get clients, okay? Who you are, on the other hand, is gonna be the real thing that's gonna get someone to convert and sign up with you, okay? Let me say that again. This stuff up here helps you bring in new people. But what gets someone to sign up with you is not about how smart you are. It's about who you are. It's about your relatability, because as human beings, we look for more people like us. That's why if your ideal client is a past version of you, you're gonna do so much better because you have this huge relatability factor, okay? I'm a physical therapist. I attract a lot of physical therapists and clinicians that wanna start and scale online coaching companies. Why? Because I've done it. I've been in their shoes. I've had the same struggles. So when I say, hey, I can help you, they're like, oh, you've done it. If you have a niche that you're not relatable in, it's gonna be a lot harder for you to grow long-term. You're gonna have to rely really heavily on this top part of being the expert. While that works, it doesn't hit on the same level of emotion of who you are, okay? So when I think of like this in a content perspective, one is we need to create content that showcases our life, right? Showcases our life, like both like our, I'm gonna say just current lifestyle, like our hobbies, what we do for a living, like what we like to do for fun, and then also like our past. And the past is the transformation that we've had in the past and how we overcame that and now how we help other people overcome that. Okay, really important, right? Showcases your life. And you might be like, well, what do I talk about with my current lifestyle? One way you can do this, we'll kind of just draw a stick figure here. And let's just say this is you, right? This is you. What makes you you and what makes you unique? What are like hobbies, right? So let's say this is me, you know? I like coffee. I'm trying to reduce caffeine a little bit. I had some today, I'm pretty jittery. But like, you know, I like coffee. What else do I like? You know, I was a PT. I also love to travel, okay? I've got two Goldens, okay? 2 Golden Retrievers. What else, right? I was a weightlifter, okay? And this actually is a huge parallel for a lot of the clients that I work with. Like they're weightlifters, they're strength athletes, whatever, but that's my background, right? What else? I mean, I could even go to like, you know, I'm from the Carolinas. So I attract a decent number of people there. But you can start to see like, what are some parallels that you have? And then just by sharing some of these things, this helps you connect, right? The more parallels that you have with people, like if I find other people that like coffee, I've worked with other PTs and clinicians. I work with people who want to travel more, you know? I work with people who have dogs, weightlifting clients, right? People who are from my hometown. All of these create more trust because it comes back up to the top here of it creates more relatability, right? So in your content, if you're not talking about these things, it's going to be harder for you to convert your audience because your audience wants to, number one, they want to know that you can get the result. And that's what we talked about in the first part, right? That's why you create that like expert content up here. They want to know you can get the result for sure, right? But what they really want, especially if you're doing coaching, is they want to know that you have their back, right? And to do this, like they need to know, can I trust this person? And what creates trust isn't necessarily knowledge. What creates trust is relatability, and that's what you want to emphasize. How can you merge these two together? Because what you know is going to help you bring new people in. So this is cold. And what's going to get them to convert is who you are, okay? So real quick, I'll kind of just hit on one way that you can do this as an example. And then, yeah, we'll finish the video up. So how you can do this is you can actually create content that merges both of these together. There's gonna be some content you create that's just around your lifestyle, like Saturdays, or like some days I just post content about my girlfriend and what we did that weekend. That's important because it also showcases the lifestyle that I live. Same thing when I'm traveling, I could talk about, this is so much fun, I'm doing this, and guess what? I'm still able to run a 7-figure business while I'm traveling. Cool, that's what people want, right? So I'll still have some content that's exclusively just lifestyle stuff, but that's probably 10 to 15% of my content, okay? Now, here's where the majority of my content comes in, Okay, so it's educating from experience, okay? Because if I can merge and tell a story, right? If I can tell a story of how I did something, that hits on both, right? How I did something or how I'm doing something. This hits on both what I'm saying and who I am. Okay, so for example, just last week I did a little tweet carousel post, okay? It was, here is my content strategy that generates my business $100K a month, right? And inside of here, you know, I'm sharing, here's my current existing strategy. This is what I do. This is how I manage my time. These are all the things that I do. That is better because what I'm doing here is I'm creating my content strategy, right? And I'm talking about the relatability factor of here's what I do. And in the copy, I can talk about here's how I manage this with the rest of my life. Here's how I batch my time to get this stuff done. I'm talking more about my content strategy versus here are, you know, 3 things you can do, right? Which is fine, but it's not really helping me with relatability because it's not talking about my story, right? So that's like one way is here's my content strategy. Here's what I do. Here's my nutrition plan. Here's my workout plan. And here's why I'm doing that workout plan, right? So it's like you're also in the arena. So that's one. And then a second example for this is the best type of content you can make hands down, okay? It's vulnerability post, okay? And this is where you share something, right? You share a moment that was really hard for you, that you had to overcome something. Like share a hard moment, okay? Now, it's important when you create and you share this moment that you're sharing a scar, okay? You wanna share a scar, which is like a wound that's already healed. You don't wanna share an open wound. If you start sharing how hard it is for you to grow your coaching business, or you're sharing how miserable you feel during a cut, or how much it sucks that you're in pain, that's gonna throw people away. They don't want to like sulk in your misery. But if we can share a scar of like, hey guys, 6 months ago, this is where I was. I was struggling with blank, blank, and blank. All those things that you share are relating to the exact position that your ideal client is in, okay? This is what I was doing 6 months ago. And this is what I did to get out of that. What that does, that brings us back up to the top here. We're talking about what you did, your goals, and the problems that you were facing and how you overcame them, okay? So then when I'm doing it that way, I'm educating, I'm sharing hard moments, and what that does is it brings up feelings, right? The feelings that you were experiencing, and it allows you that your ideal client to connect with those feelings. Huge. And then you provide value. Okay? So this type of content is really what you want to be creating, at least like 30 to 50% of your content. And you don't have to be super vulnerable every time, but the more vulnerable you can be in your content and share more of your story and provide value from that perspective, you're going to do both. You're going to attract cold traffic, which is like new people, and then you're also going to warm people up to wanting to work with you. So it works with both cold traffic and even warm/hot traffic, because the new people are coming in and being like, this is really valuable information. Thank you. And then the warm and hot traffic, these are existing, right? And these are people who are like, man, this person is feeling the same exact way as I'm feeling. I can connect with that. I want to learn more about this person. I'm going to book a call, okay? So that's what I got. To recap, there's 2 types of content that you can create in marketing that's really going to help you get an endless amount of leads. It's creating how-to, valuable educational content, and content that shares more of your story and who you are. And the more of both of those you can merge together, the more leads you're going to get for your online coaching business. All right, that's all I got for today. If you like this video, go ahead and smash the subscribe button. Again, I create daily content just like this to help you grow and scale your online coaching business. All right, that's all I got. See you next time.